Say it with me. Your silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. Say it again. Your silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. Louder. Let the room hear your faith. Your silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. Write this down. People who chase wind always get tired. People who follow the Spirit always arrive on time. Our foundation is the Word of God. Isaiah 30:15, read it with me. In returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Write this down. Strength is a product of stillness, not laziness. Stillness, not apathy, alignment. The world thinks noise is power, more posts, more clapbacks, more meetings, more microphones. But the kingdom says the opposite. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Ecclesiastes 3:7 says there is a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Say this, I will know my time. Say it again. I will know my time. I came with a promise, and you better write this in ink. Spirit-led restraint will multiply your influence in your relationships, in your leadership, and even in the jungle we call social media. When God governs your tongue, He expands your territory. When the Holy Spirit sits on your words, He sets your table in the presence of your enemies. Psalm 23:5. Listen, kingdom people, don't panic. We pace, we move by seasons. Genesis 8:22 guarantees seasons, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter. So never respond permanently to a temporary problem. Say it loud, never respond permanently to a temporary problem. This journey we begin today will arm you with 3 silences. Write them down. Strategic silence, sacred silence, selective silence. Strategic silence turns traps into platforms. Sacred silence hears before it speaks. Communion before communication. Selective silence chooses audience over ego. If you pick the arena, you already shape the outcome. I will give you ready-to-use response scripts, not just theory. You will know what to say when you decide not to say it yet. That's kingdom paradox. When to hold, when to release, and how to time it so your peace becomes your megaphone. And we're not going to leave this in the clouds. We will walk 2 case studies right into your lap. First, an online storm turned into a comeback. No clapback. Just calibrated timing that converted chaos into credibility. Second, a boardroom ambush where poise became power and silence moved votes. Tell your neighbor, evidence is coming. Tell them again, evidence is coming. Let me reset your identity right now. You are not a slave to urgency. You are a steward of timing. You are not a reactor. You are a ruler. Kingdom people live in faith, not frenzy. Proverbs 17:27 says, whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. Proverbs 17:28. That means your quiet can raise even the perception of your wisdom. How much more when your quiet is spirit-led? Write this down. It will save you from unnecessary battles. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers waiting for their appointed hour. We will pace this together. We will practice holding, hearing, and choosing. And when the season changes, and it will, you will not be chasing wind like the crowd. You will be catching it like an eagle, using the very storm to lift you. Opportunity, 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 hidden in quietness. Now say it one more time with confidence in your chest. My silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. Timing is leverage. Say it with me. Timing is leverage. Louder timing is leverage. Write this down. Patience turns storms into your tailwind. Ecclesiastes 3:1 declares, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Genesis 8:22 backs it up. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. Say it again. Seasons guarantee change. That means nothing you are facing is eternal except the God who promised to carry you through it. So never respond permanently to a temporary problem. Say it loud. Never respond permanently to a temporary problem. Let me bring this home the Bahamian way. We know hurricanes. We track them by names, categories, and forward motion. Hear me, storms move. Even when they stall, they move. They do not own the ocean, they borrow it. Write this down. Don't build permanent statements in temporary winds. Some of you pour concrete with your mouth while the forecast is still changing. You take a passing squall and turn it into a monument. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry. James 1:19. Timing dignifies truth. Truth spoken out of season can feel like a lie to the listener and a trap to the speaker. Wait for the window and the same sentence becomes salvation. Noise steals authority. The more you defend yourself in a storm, the more you look accused by it, but the quiet one looks like a rock while the waves slap. Write this down. Silence in the squall builds credibility in the calm. Social media will try to baptize you in urgency, algorithm, adrenaline, outrage on tap. But most pylons burn out in 24 to 48 hours. That's data and that's discernment. If you wait while the wind howls, your pause outlasts their panic. While they are typing paragraphs, you are building paragraphs of proof. Your stillness styles the algorithm and feeds your influence, because when you finally speak, the noise floor is lower and your voice carries farther. A timed, factual response beats a heated reaction every time. In leadership rooms, this is magnified. Hear the wisdom of Proverbs without the address. Even a fool is considered wise when he holds his peace. Let the minutes record their outbursts. I sat in a board meeting once, 9 minutes of volcanic talking, hands flying, threats and theatrics. The secretary typed every word. When the auditors reviewed the minutes weeks later, the outburst became a documented misjudgment. The quiet member asked 2 questions, just 2. What problem are we solving? And what does the policy say? The vote shifted. Poise moved power. Write this down. Let the record fight for you. Your quiet becomes the archive of wisdom. Seasons guarantee change. Say it with me again. Seasons guarantee change. That's why you must not baptize your future in today's weather. A hurricane may peel your shingles, but it cannot rename your house. Don't board up your destiny with permanent nails of rage. Don't build a press release while the radar is still lying to your adrenaline. Wait, listen, ask the Spirit, is this my time to speak or my time to stand? Timing dignifies truth. It dresses it in authority. So what do we do while the wind is up? We lean into James 1:19, quick to listen, slow to speak. We let Ecclesiastes 3:1 order our impulses. There's a time. We rest under Genesis 8:22. Change is guaranteed. And we tattoo this on our mind. Never respond permanently to a temporary problem. Say it again until your bones know it. Never respond permanently to a temporary problem. I prophesy this over you as a discipline, not a drama. Your patience will turn the very gust that meant to topple you into the draft that lifts you. Timing is leverage. Patience is your rudder. And in quietness, your authority returns to the throne where it belongs. Lean in now, kingdom people, because this is the core revelation. Say it with me. Different silences win different wars. Louder, different silences win different wars. Write this down. Name the silence you need before you use it. If you can't name it, you'll misuse it. There are 3: strategic silence, sacred silence, selective silence. Memorize the order. Say them. Strategic, sacred, selective. These are not the same, but they are sisters. Each has a season. Each has a target. Each is a sword you sheath until the Spirit says, now. Strategic silence is a tactical pause. This is where you gather facts, frame the narrative, and set the calendar. It is not hiding, it is handling. Exodus 14:14 says, the Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Write this down. When God fights, you plan. While Pharaoh's chariots roared, Moses did not call a press conference. He lifted a staff at the right time. Strategic silence lets the storm exhaust itself while you assemble evidence, align counsel, and decide the day you will speak. Say this with conviction. I set the calendar. You do not let panic set your appointment. You set it by wisdom. Strategic silence sounds like, thank you for your feedback. We will respond with a full statement on Friday at noon. You turn traps into stages by timing truth and tone. Remember, a timed factual response beats a heated reaction every time, because you let the Red Sea open before you march. Sacred silence is different. This is not about the audience, it's about the altar. Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. Isaiah 30:15, in returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Write this down. Communion precedes communication. Sacred silence says, before I talk to them, I will sit with him. You turn off the outrage. You lay your ego on the table. You let the Spirit examine your motives and edit your mouth. The question here is not what shall I say, but what is God saying? When sacred silence finishes, your words are shorter, your spirit cooler, and your aim cleaner. Kingdom people, hear me. Sacred silence is where you receive the sentence that saves the day, or the instruction not to speak at all. Selective silence is boundary and wisdom. Proverbs 26:4-5 gives you a paradox on purpose. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest you be like him. And answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. Which is it? Both depending on the season. Write this down. Choose the arena and you choose the outcome. Matthew 7:6 adds the guardrail. Do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before swine. Selective silence refuses debate, refuses the wrong room, refuses to elevate mockery with your energy. Sometimes you don't block, you bless and move on. Sometimes you offer one sentence in a sober forum and let it stand. Selective silence says, I am not arguing in the comments. I am presenting facts in the right context. Audience over ego, mission over moments. Now, look at Jesus, the model of mastery. Mark 14:61 says, he held his peace before the high priest. He knew when silence carried the cross further than a speech could. And 1 Peter 2:23 records, when he was reviled, he did not revile in return. When he suffered, he did not threaten, but continued entrusting himself to him who judges justly. Write this down. The king conquered by restraint. He spoke when it served redemption. He was silent when it fueled the mission. So here is your rule of life. Say it with me. Name the silence you need before you use it. Again, name the silence you need before you use it. And write this in bold across your mind. Silence is chosen, not forced. We are not gagged by fear. We are governed by wisdom. Each morning ask, Holy Spirit, is this strategic? Is this sacred? Is this selective? Then obey the season. Different silences win different wars, and you were born in the kingdom to win. Lean in now. We turn the revelation into tactics. Strategic silence is the pause that places you on a platform. Say this with me. A timed, factual response beats a heated reaction every time. Louder, a timed, factual response beats a heated reaction every time. Write this down. Clarity loves a calendar. Schedule your truth. Don't spray it. Here is your first rule, the 2 4-hour rule for public attacks. Proverbs 18:13 says, he who answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him. Proverbs 15:28 adds, the heart of the righteous weighs its answers. And Proverbs 29:11, a fool gives full vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back. Facts before feelings. Pause, gather, verify, then speak once. Your script sounds like this. One statement at noon with sources. Until then, we're gathering evidence. Or this, appreciate the concerns. Full context at 12. Thread closed until then. You just starved the outrage and fed your authority. Write it down. Single drop clarity beats drip drip drama. Jesus modeled it. In John 8, they threw a trap at him, stone her or break the law. He answered with silence, stooping to write in the sand. Time slowed, hearts exposed. Then a single sentence, let him who is without sin cast the first stone. The trap became a stage. The stage became a salvation moment. Strategic silence reset the room. Kingdom leaders, your pause is not passive, it is placement. Now, let's move to meetings, because that's where careers are made and lost. Strategic silence uses structure, asks for the agenda up front. Could we confirm the agenda and desired outcome? Request data. Before opinions, can we see the numbers and the policy? Use the parking lot with dignity. Let's table that for after the audit. Hear the wisdom. You are not dodging, you are sequencing. Sequencing says authority. Write this down. He who frames the order steers the outcome. When heat rises, lower your voice and lift the process. Your time-bound script in the room is simple. Thank you for the passion. I'll respond by 10 a.m. tomorrow after reviewing the facts. You just transformed a brawl into a briefing. James 1:19 made practical, quick to listen, slow to speak, looks like a calendar invite, not a counterpunch. Online, tighten the funnel. Social media rewards frenzy. Kingdom leaders reward facts. Pin your time, set your tone, and shut the taps. Use this, appreciate concerns. Full context at 12, thread closed until then, or thank you for engaging. Our verified statement post tomorrow at 10 a.m. with document links. You see it? You chose the hour, you chose the arena, you chose the evidence. Matthew 5:37, let your yes be yes and your no. No means say one clear thing, one clear time. Don't spray, schedule. Here's a sequence to remember. Write it down like a blueprint. Pause the panic, park the noise, pull the facts, pick the hour, publish once. Protect the record. Habakkuk 2:2-3 says, write the vision, make it plain, though it tarries, wait for it. It will surely come. Appoint a time for your truth. A hurricane veteran knows, wait until the eye passes before you step outside. Reaction in the eye wall breaks bones. Response in the calm rebuilds houses. Use your calendar as a shield. Announce it. One statement at noon with sources. Use your minutes as a sieve. In the boardroom, let's table that for after the audit. Use your inbox as a valve. In email, received. We will revert by 10 a.m. tomorrow after document review. You are not hiding. You are herding chaos into order. Write this down. Time is your ally when truth is your asset. Let me hear you seal it, say it with conviction. A timed, factual response beats a heated reaction every time. Again, a timed, factual response beats a heated reaction every time. And remember, clarity loves a calendar. Schedule your truth. Don't spray it. When you set the clock, you set the tone. When you set the tone, you seize the stage. That is strategic silence, turning traps into platforms for kingdom influence. Now we move from the calendar to the altar, from the room to the throne room. Sacred silence. Say it with me. Communion precedes communication. Louder. Communion precedes communication. Write this down. Before you hear yourself, hear God. Isaiah 30:15 anchors us. In returning and rest, you shall be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Psalm 46:10 whispers like thunder. Be still and know that I am God. And here is your daily God. Psalm 141:3. Pray with me right now. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Kingdom people, your quiet is not empty. It is your consultation room with God. Tell your neighbor that my quiet is my consultation room with God. Let me give you a rhythm you can practice before any reply, any meeting, any post. Write it down, the 5-5-5. 5 minutes of breathing prayer. 5 minutes of scripture. 5 minutes of journaling. That's 15 minutes that will save you 15 months of damage control. In the first 5, breathe in this prayer on the inhale, Father, and on the exhale, govern my tongue, slow your soul. In the second 5, open the word, read Isaiah 30:15 and Psalm 46:10 aloud. Then add one proverb for the day. In the final 5, write your questions and what you sense. Don't it just pour. Ask, Lord, what is my motive? What is the timing? What is the single sentence you want? When you stand from that chair, your spirit will be cool, your words few, your aim true. Say with me, guided before I'm heard. Now, Sabbath your speech. Write this down. If God commanded a rest for your hands, he also invites a rest for your mouth. Choose a weekly 1-2 hour reply-free window. No responses, no hot takes, no, just one more. Announce it to your family and your team. Set an autoresponder that says, observing a speech Sabbath, I'll respond after time. Turn off comment notifications. The world will survive your absence. Your soul will not survive constant access. In that window, worship, walk, read the Psalms, and let the sediment of your mind settle. The river clears when the feet stop stirring the water. You will hear God again. You will hear yourself less. You will choose the arena again. Opportunity hidden in quietness. Micro prayer in meetings. This is your under the breath lifeline. As pressure rises, whisper, Lord, govern my tongue and give me timing. That sentence is a rudder for your mouth. When a question is loaded, pray Psalm 141, 3 inches your heart. Set a guard over my mouth. Then use a holy pause script. Say this with dignity. I honor the weight of this. Let's reconvene after I reflect in prayer. Or thank you for raising this. I will seek counsel and return with a response at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You are not stalling. You are stewarding. Write this down. Reverence is a response. When you honor the weight, God honors your words. Some of you need this today. Your fingers have been faster than your faith. Breathe, be still, return, and rest. Isaiah 30-15 is not a poem, it is a protocol. Quietness and confidence shall be your strength. Not comments, confidence. Not clapbacks, quietness. Practice the 5-5-5 before you post. Protect the 1-2 hour Sabbath for your speech. Pray, set a guard before you speak. Whisper, govern my tongue and give me timing in the room. Then watch this. Your influence will increase and your critics will be unsettled because they can predict noise, but they cannot decipher spirit-led restraint. Say it loud so your weak can hear it. Communion precedes communication. Again, communion precedes communication. Tell your neighbor one more time. My quiet is my consultation room with God. And when you step from that room, your words will no longer be your defense. They will be his deliverance, sent in season, dressed in authority, and full of life. Selective silence now. This is boundary wisdom. Say it with me. Choose the arena and you choose the outcome. Louder, choose the arena and you choose the outcome. Write this down. Audience over ego. Selective silence is not cowardice. It is curation. It is the decision to spend your influence where it multiplies, not where it is mocked. Proverbs 26-4-5 gives us the paradox that makes you a strategist. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest you be like him. And answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. Which one? The Spirit shows the season, and you choose the room. Matthew 7-6 adds the fence. Do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before swine. Write this down. Not every ear deserves your pearls. Here's your decision tree. Say it with me. Assignment, audience, or bait. Again, assignment, audience, or bait. When a message comes, an accusation, a tag, a text, ask 3 questions. Is this my assignment? Is this my audience? Or is this just bait? If it is not your assignment, you are trespassing on someone else's grace. If it is not your audience, you are auditioning for a stage that can't hear you. If it is bait, don't bite. Kingdom people, your mouth has a destiny. Don't waste it on decoys. Write it down. Discernment before dialogue. Now, tools for peace. Use your technology like a shepherd's staff. Mute to maintain mercy. Block to protect boundaries. Limit comments to make room for reason. Delegate to a spokesperson when scale demands structure. Your scripts can be simple. Commenting disabled while we review facts. Verify statement at 10 a.m. Or for official responses, contact spokesperson email. Or muting for 24 hours. We will publish a single update tomorrow. That is not fear. That is stewardship. Proverbs 17:27 says, whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Cooling your spirit may require cooling your feed. In leadership rooms, selective silence sounds like process and policy. When ambush topics fly, bring the room back to mission. Use this phrase clean. Out of scope parking lot. Say with me, out of scope parking lot. Add this guardrail. Governance will handle that. You are not dodging. You are placing issues in their proper jurisdiction. Another line for your toolkit. Let the committee of record review and revert. We won't litigate sub-issues ad hoc. And this, let's return to the agenda. Risk and Audit will table the concern and return the recommendations by Thursday. Write this down. Choose the agenda and you steer the atmosphere. When you honor structure, emotion loses leverage. The fool looks loud. The wise look lawful. In relationships, stop making your thumbs your therapist. Refuse texting wars. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turns away wrath. Soft answers rarely look like midnight paragraphs. Use this. I value us too much to text in heat. Let's talk tomorrow after we cool down. Or I'm stepping back to pray. Can we meet at 9 a.m.? James 1:19. Again, quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry means you may need to put the phone down and pick your tone up. Write this down. Proximity before complexity. Complex matters require human presence, not emoji escalation. Now, about fools, the right fool gets the right response in the right room or no response at all. Sometimes the answer is silence plus documentation. Sometimes it is one sentence in an accountable forum. Sometimes it is referral to authority. Governance will handle that. The point is selection. Say it again. Choose the arena and you choose the outcome. Your critics want you in the comments. Put the truth in the record. They want you at midnight. Set the meeting at morning. They want your pearls on the pavement. Keep them for the palace. Lift your hand and declare this over your week. I will not waste my words on bait. I will protect my pearls. I will pick my room. Assignment, audience, or bait. I will discern before I dialogue. And when I choose the arena by the wisdom of God, I will choose the outcome. Evidence is coming. Let me walk you into an online storm where restraint became resurrection. A young founder, let's call her Maya, ran a values-driven apparel brand. One night, a clipped, contextless video of a staff conversation went viral at 10:47 p.m. Tags poured in. Accusations of bias, sponsors reconsidering, and Maya did what many do. She went midnight reactive, thread after thread, defensive paragraphs. She answered strangers like they were shareholders in her soul. Temporary storm, permanent screenshots. By 2:15 a.m., brand trust had plummeted. Unfollow spiked. The comment section looked like a courtroom with no judge. Write this down. Never respond permanently to a temporary trend. Say it again. Never respond permanently to a temporary trend. At 7 a.m., she called for counsel. James 1:19 met Isaiah 30-15. Quick to listen, slow to speak. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. We pulled the plug on panic and turned on the protocol. First, evidence capture, full-length video, timestamps, HR emails, staff statements, policy excerpts, vendor logs, receipts, not rants. Proverbs 18:17 says, the first to plead his case seems right until another comes and examines him. Examination requires documentation. Write this down. Receipts are respect for truth. Second advisor, huddle, legal, PR, and a spiritual mentor in 1 4-5-minute call. We prayed Psalm 141-3. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth and ask the Spirit for timing. Then schedule statement, 1 page, bullet fact clarity, hyperlinked exhibits. Announcement at 9:15 a.m. Your questions matter. A full statement with source documents will post at 12 noon. Until then, we are gathering facts. Say it with me. Your silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. Louder, your silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. At noon, the statement dropped. Pin post. Comments limited. A single caption sentence at the top. Context and commitment to our values. With documents below. 30-minute Q&A window announced in advance, 12:30 to 1 p.m. moderated, top 7 questions answered, but links, then the window closed. After that, every tag, every bait, every but what about the macro replied, we honor your concern. Please see the pinned statement. We won't litigate sub-threads and then refuse the bait thereafter. No midnight duels. No DM debats. 1 Peter 2:23 framed the posture. When he was reviled, he did not revile in return, but entrusted himself to him who judges justly. Write this down. Entrust, then post. Don't post, then entrust. What happened? Trolls got bored. Truth stood tall. The outrage oxygen ran out because outrage feeds on fresh replies. By 24 hours, engagement steadied. Unfollows reversed to a net positive by day 3. 2 sponsors who had paused re-engaged within the week after reviewing the documents. One extended their contract, citing mature crisis handling. Average watch time on the statement was double a typical post. Saves and shares exceeded any campaign that quarter. That is credibility compounding. Say it online. Discipline, quiet, converts chaos into credibility. Let me give you the steps clean so you can stencil them onto your week. 1, evidence capture, screenshots, full files, policies, witnesses, timestamp. 2, advisor, huddle, legal, communications, and a spiritual voice. Pray, get timing. 3, schedule, statement, announce the hour, publish 1 page with links, pin it, and reduce noise. 430-minute moderated Q&A, answer the top few in public, then close the window. 5, refuse to bait, thereafter macro responses direct into the pin. No alley fights in the comments, no midnight energy expenditures. 6, metrics review at 48 hours, watch engagement, stability, sentiment shift, sponsor posture. If further clarity is needed, add 1 addendum, then seal the file. Scripture kept the rudder straight. Isaiah 30-15 fueled the stillness. Proverbs 18-13 guarded against premature replies. Proverbs 18-17 honored examination. Habakkuk 2-3 reminded us there is an appointed time even for statements. And Matthew 5:37, let your yes be yes, kept the language clean and singular. Write this down. 1 clear truth, 1 clear time in 1 clear place. I speak this over your platform. You will not donate your dignity to the algorithm. You will not waste your pearls on pavement. You will schedule your truth, not spray your panic. Say with authority, your silence is strategy, not surrender. Let them chase wind. And when the season shifts, as it always does, your calm will be the headline, your facts the foundation, and your influence the inheritance. Now we step from the timeline of social media into the timeline of a boardroom. Same spirit, different arena. Say it with me. In rooms of power, poise is power, silence moves, votes. Louder. In rooms of power, poise is power, silence moves, votes. Write this down. Noise is their weapon, poise is yours. Picture the scene. Quarterly board meeting, slides glowing, papers rustling like palm fronds in a stiff wind. And suddenly, the CFO, red with urgency, lobs a grenade of half-truths across the table. We have concerns, contracts misaligned, vendor relationships compromised, delays, threatening solvency. The aim is not clarity, the aim is collapse. The trap is to make you reactive, to get you to argue paragraph for paragraph so you look defensive and lose the room. Write this down. Never donate your dignity to someone else's timeline. What do? Strategic silence, sacred silence, selective silence, sisters, in sequence. First, strategic pause. You don't bite the bait, you sip water. Literally, sip. 5 slow seconds. James 1:19, under your breath, quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to become angry. Then you open the minutes. Turn to the secretary and say calmly, please note for the record that new allegations have been introduced without prior circulation of exhibits. Now the heat moves from you to the process. Proverbs 18:17 takes the chair. The first to plead his case seems right until another comes and examines him. You request sources, not speeches. CFO, kindly cite policy numbers, dates, and documents. Which clause, which contract, which control failed? Please provide the exhibit list for the board portal. Write this down. Pressure returns to the accuser when you require proof. Second, sacred micro prayer right there. Eyes open, heart bowed. Lord, give me wisdom and timing now. Psalm 141, 3 inches your chest. Set a guard over my mouth. And then the sentence arrives clean and cool. Not long, not loud. Chair, in respect for governance, I move we refer these claims to the audit committee for independent verification. That is selective boundary. Not this room, not this minute, not this chaos. The right forum, the right scope, the right time. Add the bones to the motion. CFO to upload all exhibits by 5 p.m. External counsel to assist. Audit to report back with findings and recommendations in 7 business days. Until then, operations proceed per the approved plan and budget. Habakkuk 2-3, there is an appointed time even for answers. You just chose the hour and the arena. Watch the room settle. Watch the CFO, who was loud without documentation, begin to shuffle. He came for a duel. You built a due process. Write this down. Due process defeats drama. And because your voice stayed low and your framework stayed lawful, the non-executive directors lean toward you. Why? Because power trusts those who protect process. Proverbs 17:27 says, whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Your cool spirit just became the thermostat of the meeting. Now you seal it with clarity, not combat. Cheer for transparency. I also volunteer to oversee management's cooperation with audit and to recuse from findings as needed. Our objective is truth, not turf. That one sentence neutralizes suspicion and elevates mission. Kingdom people, hear me. When you honor structure, heaven honors your stature. The chair calls for a vote. The motion carries. The board entrusts you to lead the review interface. The emergency vote the CFO wanted evaporates. 7 days later, the report vindicates your plan. The irregularities were timing, misunderstandings, and partial data. And the vote swings not only to retain your plan, but to adopt your phased expansion with enhanced controls. The very storm that was supposed to sink you became the wind behind your sails. Opportunity, 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 born from restraint. Say it again till it lives in your bones. In rooms of power, poise is power. Silence moves votes. Write this down. Ask for minutes. Ask for sources. Ask for process. Sip, pray, sequence. Your scripts belong in your mouth. Please note for the record, kindly cite the policy and exhibit. I move, we refer to audit with a defined timeline. Operations continue per approved plan until the report returns. That's strategic, sacred, selective, working as one. Lift your hand and declare it over every table you sit at this year. I will not be baited by heat. I will be governed by heaven. Noise is their weapon. Poise is mine. I will choose the arena, set the hour, and let truth take the stand. And when the vote is called, my silence, spirit-led, structured, and sacred, will move it. Faith without works is dead. Say it with me. Work while you wait. Louder, work while you wait. James 2:17 reads, faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Write this down. Silence is not idle. It is preparation in motion. Kingdom people, don't just hush. We harness the hush. We turn quiet into a construction site. While others are yelling, we are building. While critics are typing, we are tightening. While they stir dust, we lay foundations. Opportunity, 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 hidden in the work you do when nobody's looking. Start with your ally map. Write this down. Pre-brief beats, post-battle. Identify the decision makers, the steady elders, the swing votes, the sponsors, the clients who trust you. Then, one by one, go private, not public. Matthew 18:15 is a leadership law. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. Before you blast a statement, build a bridge. Your script is clean. I value our relationship. I want you to have clarity first. Here's my one-pager. Happy to answer 3 questions. Full statement post at noon tomorrow. No gossip. No drama. Just stewardship. Write this down. Relationships are reservoirs. Fill them before storms. Draw from them during storms. Now, assets. This is your quiet factory. Prepare a one-pager that frames facts, outcomes, and commitments in plain language. Build and frequently asked questions, top 10 questions with concise source answers. Curate a receipts folder, timestamp emails, contract, policies, logs, photos, transcripts, organize and label. Create a slide deck with 3 sections, context, evidence, next steps. Habakkuk 2:2 is not just for preachers, it's for professionals. Write the vision, make it plain on paper so it can stand in pressure. Write this down. Preparation is silent influence. When the hour comes, you don't scramble, you serve. Repair what can be repaired. Matthew 5:23-24 says, if you remember your brother has something against you, leave your gift at the altar. First be reconciled. That means your DMs and your phone become altars before your platform becomes a pulpit. Apologize where you must clean. Specific, no excuses. Clarify where there's confusion. Private first, public next. Reconciliation is not weakness, it is witness. Write this down. Honor people, then publish pages. Keep creating value. Do not let a crisis hijack your calling. If you teach, teach. If you design, design. If you sell, serve your customers with excellence. Publish calm, useful content that helps your audience solve real problems. Psalm 1 says, the righteous are like a tree that yields fruit in season. Don't stop bearing fruit because crows are cawing. Your consistency becomes your credibility. Say it with me, produce through the pressure. Louder, produce through the pressure. And guard your lane. Your job is what you were trained to do. Your work is what you were born to do. You can be fired from a job, but you can't be fired from your work. In conflict, wounded ego wants the mic. Your gift wants the mission. Operate from your gift, not your grievance. Write this down. Stay in your lane and you'll stay in your oil. When you function in your God-given work, grace lubricates the gears. Responses are cleaner. Timing is wiser. Tone is cooler. Here is a quiet work cadence for the next 72 hours. Note it. Morning, 30 minutes in prayer and scripture for temperature control. 30 minutes organizing your receipts folder. 30 minutes refining your one-pager and frequently asked questions. 2 pre-brief calls from your ally map. Document summary sent. Questions captured. Afternoon, produce value content in your lane. 1 helpful post, 1 client touch point, 1 team improvement. Evening, review, rehearse your single sentence and rest. James 1-5 promises wisdom to those who ask, and then act. Write this down and stamp it in your spirit. Preparation is silent influence. Faith prays, work prepares. Faith believes, work builds. Faith expects, work equips. When the appointed time arrives, your quiet labor will speak louder than their loud opinions. Lift your hand and declare it. I will work while I wait. I will prepare while I'm quiet. I will reconcile before I respond. I will keep producing in my purpose. And in due season, because seasons always change, my preparation will meet God's providence and the doors will open of their own accord. Take out your pen today. Reinstall your toolkit. Write this down. Systematize your silence. So quiet strength becomes reflex, not guesswork. Say it with me. Strategy over impulse. Louder, strategy over impulse. Here is your PAUSE model. P, pause. A, ask. U, understand. S, schedule. E, execute. Say it again. Pause. Ask, understand, schedule, execute. One more time so your muscle memory hears it. Pause, ask, understand, schedule, execute. Pause 90 seconds under Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Shoulders down. Breathe, no sin. Ask, Lord, govern my tongue and give me timing. Then 3 questions, assignment, audience, or bait. What is the single sentence? What is the right room? Understand, gather receipts before remarks. Proverbs 18:13 warns against answering a matter before hearing it. Proverbs 18:17 requires examination. Schedule, choose the arena and the hour. Habakkuk 2-3, an appointed time. Announce it, pin it, limit noise, execute. Matthew 5:37, let your yes be yes. Deliver one clear truth in one clear place at the set time. Write this down. Your pause becomes your power. Now scripts you can deploy today. Thanks for reaching out. I'll share full response at time after reviewing facts. Comment script for your page. This thread is closed until our schedule statement. Please refer to the pinned update. Media script. Happy to comment after the investigation report releases on date. Family script, because love is worth timing. I value this relationship. Let's talk tomorrow at 6 p.m. and we're calm. Say this with me. Words scheduled are wars avoided. Boardroom checklist, write it line by line. Agenda first. Chair, let's return to the agenda item at hand. Questions before answers. Please cite the policy, date, and exhibit. Pocket phrases. Out of scope parking lot. Governance will handle that. I move we refer this to audit with a report due in 7 business days. Crisp, summary, close. In summary, exhibits by 5 p.m., audit reviews, operations continue per approved plan until findings return. Say it process over panic. Proverbs 17:27, a cool spirit is understanding. Your cool is your credibility. Rituals that wire reflex. Morning, Psalm 46. Read it aloud before any replies. Then a no-send 2-minute timer on all heated drafts. Compose. Wait, reread after prayer. Then decide. Install a weekly 1-2 hour speech fast. Announce it. Set the autoresponder. Observing a speech Sabbath. I'll reply after time. Appoint an accountability partner and give them veto power on your hot responses. Text them, pause before you post. Set 3 alarms on your phone labeled Psalm 141-3. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m. Write this down. Ritual creates reflex. Here is your 3 0-day quiet strength plan. Week 1, practices. Memorize Isaiah 30-15 and James 1:19. Install the no-send timer. Choose your 1-2 hour speech fast day. Draft your ally map and schedule 2 pre-brief coffees. Practice pause daily and log it nightly. Week 2 scripts. Write and rehearse the DM, comment, media, and family scripts. Record yourself reading them. Adjust tone to calm and clean. Build your 1-pager and frequently asked questions templates. Create a receipts folder with labels, context, evidence, next steps. Week 3 case drill. Simulate an online storm for 60 minutes with your accountability partner sending you tags. Run the protocol. Capture evidence. Announce a noon statement. Pin 30-minute Q&A. Then close. Then do a boardroom role play agenda first. Questions before answers. Park it. Motion to audit. Summary. Close time it. Debrief it. Week 4 live test. Pick one low-stakes situation, a customer complaint, a spicy email, a minor team flare-up, and run the full pause. Measure 3 things daily. Peace, outcomes, trust. Peace, rate 110 before and after the protocol. Outcomes, did timing improve clarity? Did noise decrease? Did decisions move? Trust, ask 2 allies and 1 critic for a 1-sentence read on your handling track language like calm, clear, fair. Write this down. What gets measured gets multiplied. Seal it with a vow. Lift your hand and declare, I will pause, ask, understand, schedule, execute. My silence will be strategy, not surrender. I will use scripts, not spurts. Process, not panic. Governance, not gossip. Say it loud. Strategy, not surrender. Again, strategy, not surrender. Now prophesy to your weak opportunity. Opportunity, opportunity. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength, and your settled spirit will unsettle your critics, elevate your influence, and keep you in season with the King.